Hey, welcome back to the channel. Two parcels to unpack today. I'm hoping that they're both from the same line. I've had a few bits arrive, so I've had to sort of guess which ones these are, but I'm pretty sure these are three figures, all from one particular line that I've started to collect. So let's get these opened up and see what we've got. Cardboard one first then. Let's have a look. There we go. Okay, so we've got the Splinter Super 7 figure. There we go. Let's get him out. And here we have him outside of the packaging. And here's our figure. Straight away you can see it is a much larger version of that old classic Playmates toy. It's got the material outfit, which I'm going to leave him in. It does come with a plastic one as well, which I'll show you in a minute, but I think this is more authentic to my mind. The facial expression and look very much as I remember the old toy being. A bit more detail, obviously a little larger. Nice paint finish on it, quite a bit of articulation. Yeah, good movement on the arms, the wrists, obviously the tail. In fact, tail can move, spin as well. Yeah, very good. Let's pop him there for a second. In terms of accessories, you get 3 arrows, 2 ninja stars, his iconic staff with the hidden blade and the sheath, mug of tea here, you see the steam coming off it. You've got his other walking stick and his bow and arrow. There's this second outfit, which is a sort of more of a plastic style if you want that. So I won't be using this, I'm going to use the material one because that's what the original toy came in. You've got one of the baby turtles, 6 alternative hands, and as with all these Super 7 Ultimate figures, you do get a sprue with some more basic sort of brown plastic accessories to mimic those original Playmates toys. So how does this Super 7 Ultimates version of Splinter compare with the original Playmates figure? This is the reissued figure from a couple of years ago. Now on this one the eyes are actually painted in black. I'm not sure if they've always been painted in black or not. I didn't think they were originally, but I might be wrong on that. The material used for the robe is definitely different. This is more of a kind of a felt-like sort of finish, where this is more smooth. In terms of scale, this is my original Splinter. Unfortunately, he's had a hard life. You can see the difference in height. But again, as you look at it, I mean, very, very faithful. I love the fact that Super 7 have really gone out of their way to keep these as close to those original figures as possible, adding little bits and pieces where they can, but retaining that original feel. How does he measure up with the other figures from the same line then? Let's have a look at that. So here we've got Donnie, and actually not a huge amount of difference between these two figures in terms of height. I'd say almost identical. Right, let's start with the second parcel. Right, that's the first layer. Let's get them out and have a little look. So, nice purple packaging for these. Cool decal on the front. That is awesome. Let's have a closer look. It's a heck of a size. The detail on this is immense. Very clearly a, representation of the Playmates figure, but more detail in every way. It's quite a bit taller than the Turtles as well. I'll put them side by side in a minute for comparison. Also, we've got his gun, his shield, his knife, and 3 grenades in here. There's a second tray on the back, and that includes this sprue with recreations as they would have been with the original toy in just sort of grey plastic, and some alternative hands as well. So let's have a closer look, shall we? A really detailed figure, some excellent articulation, as you'd expect from these Ultimate figures. Every detail from the original Playmates toys has been integrated in some way or other. He's got the classic combat trousers with the green and black flecks. He's got the turtle shell belt detailing. The colours and everything else seems absolutely spot on. Let's pop him to one side just for a second. So for a size comparison, he towers over the Turtles. And if we put him alongside the original Playmates figure, this is the reissue, but obviously the size on that is correct. You can see how much larger these figures come in and how much more detail there is. So yeah, very cool. Right, let's get Bebop out. Boom. Right, let's get his partner in crime opened up. So again, we've got this purple packaging, and we can see Bebop's detail on the front. Very nice. Wow. I deliberately want to do him second because he's my favourite of the two, no question. I always like Bebop just slightly more than Rocksteady. Let's get him out. Again, that is a huge figure. I like the fact you've got the 2 heads as well, so you can either go with sort of the matching colour, or if you want to, you can go for this kind of more pink finish, as some of the figures were. Let's get them out. That is absolutely amazing. Again, phenomenal detail. That Playmates sort of style ramped up. That is phenomenal. Detail on the back. Yeah, brilliant. So like I said, you've got the alternate head. You've also got his dagger here, his shield, and his classic weapon from the old Playmates figure, but with more detail. In the back, you've still got a sprue with the sort of grey plastic versions, and you've got 2 alternate hands as well. And there he is. I had to give him this classic sort of drill gun, whatever it is, from before, just to keep that classic sort of Playmates feel. I am blown away by these two. Let's just do some size comparisons again. So, as you can see, once again, the Turtles are quite a bit shorter. These guys tower over the 4 brothers. And here we have one of the reissued Playmate figures for size comparison. They've actually gone more with a pink style head on this one, I notice. Again, all the features that you remember from back in the day are intact. From his mohawk, his iconic sunglasses, the turtle shells on his shoulders, and his whole sort of outfit. Yeah, fantastic. Let's talk a little about numbers. So I bought these second hand, but complete, as new if you like. In the end, Bebop cost me this much, and Rocksteady was this much. Now I've got them in hand, I think that is a very, very fair price indeed. I love the packaging and all the care that goes into these Super 7 Ultimate figures, and I am really pleased to be able to stick these into the collection. Right, that just about does it for this week. I've got to say I'm very impressed with these figures from Super 7. I think the last few that I'd like to now get into the set would be the Casey Jones and the Shredder figures, possibly April O'Neil as well. And I think then I've kind of got what I would call sort of the core figures from this line. Right, I think we'll leave it there for this week. Thanks ever so much for watching as always. If you've enjoyed watching the video, do please consider leaving a like. And if you want to keep up with the collection updates, do consider subscribing. Look after yourselves and take it easy.